Right, I was, let's have a look, that's right. Okay, we were going to have a go at repairing this, but yesterday, but I didn't have time. So I can either repair this or pop the mould open and see what we got with the cast yesterday. So I'm going to save that for later. I'm going to save that repair for later. Let's get this mould open and see what we got inside. Moment of truth. Drum roll. Okay, so take our clamps off. Let's zoom out a bit. When it creaks like that when you release the tension, it's normally a good sign that it's releasing inside the mould. Okay, let's see what we've got. So, as you can see, it's squeezed out nicely on the parting planes. It's normally a good sign. First thing I normally do is break off the flashy from the outside, and you can see it comes off really easy. It's pretty weak. And I also sometimes get a razor blade if its mould gets on a little bit older. I normally run out to scrape off as much as I can now. Let's take this off. There we go. That's why I put the release agent on the side. Just comes off really easy. If that release agent wasn't on there, we'd have to sand that off. We could break some of it off, but we'd have to sand the rest off. You can see what a good job the release agent does. Oh, this feels very promising. Feels like it's parting on the inside. But we saw what happened yesterday when I got all cocky, so I'm not going to tempt fate. Right, let's get these pins up. So I push the pins through now. Sometimes take a bit of pressure because it might be bonded a little bit in there. So we pull those pins out, put them back in our box. Take this one out. Once you get it started, it seems to go. Obviously, if these stick a bit, you can just tap them with a hammer, stick it over the edge of the table and just tap it gently. There you go, sounds nice. That's sounding very promising. But it's not tempt fate. Okay, so normally just give a few taps. This feels great. So what I've got here basically is assortment of bits and bobs. Favourite tool is this when we actually come to getting the cast bit out. I'll show you later. It's just a bamboo skewer, and again it's been sanded down so it tapers to nothing. And I'll show you, once you start trying to slip, what you do is slip this underneath the foam, and it doesn't damage the foam, it just follows the contours and just goes where it's easier. So it releases the part from the mould. We'll use that in a bit. And then I've got other bits that I've just sanded to form wedges. I'll get some of those ready. And then all I do is start and just gently, you need to go gentle now, yeah? And just go around really gently, because like I said before yesterday, what you don't want to do is split the plastic skin away from the foam bit inside the core. As soon as you split the plastic, it's like a lamination really. You got like on the one side you get the plastic skin that forms, then you get your foam, and then you get the plastic skin again. And you don't want to delaminate the plastic skins from the foam. As soon as you do that, you've lost all your strength. This feels so good. It's so promising. Look, I'm not even going to have to use my weighty skewers, I don't think. Gently go around. Yeah, just take your time with this, yeah, because it is quite fragile. And what I normally do is I just put a wedge in here. Oh, it's going to come loose. Look at that. This is easily the best one I've done so far, as as removing. Let's hope it's all in one piece on the inside. So now we just need to find out just gently where it's catching. Ooh, it's like Christmas. Oh, in case you hadn't noticed, I'm a bit excited. Best thing about composite work is this bit here, when you're cracking up open the mould to see what's inside. And it's either brilliant or crap. Wow, look at that bad boy. Right, that's easily the best one I've cast so far. The reason I'm saying that is look how thin the flashing is. Yeah, there's hardly no thickness to the flashing, which means that these two parts have come together really, really well. Yeah. So these two surfaces are mating really, really tightly. There's absolutely nothing on there. Oh man, that is so nice. See where you scribe the lines in there so we can trim it. Once I take it out, you'll have a good idea of what I'm talking about. But we're not there yet. We're not out of the woods yet. We need to get it off the tricky bit of the. Oh, that is easily the best I've done so far. Okay, so this is where we use our. This is where we use the bamboo skewer that's been filed right, sanded right down, so it's just really thin. And what we try and do is get it underneath the flashing, yeah, and then work it towards the part. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit, try and get this off here. I think that's focused. Okay, so we just push it gently, yeah, towards the part. So we're using the flashing to, this flashing is so thin that this might be a problem. Normally the flashing is a little bit thicker, so it's easier. Look how thin this flashing is. This is the sort of skin that actually forms. See this like plastic skin that we got here? Hope you can see that. That's the skin that forms over it. So where you see these bubbles, yeah, it looks like a bubble hole all the way through it, yeah, but it's actually covered with this very, very fine skin. It's actually pretty strong. So because sometimes these bubbles, they're actually expand a bit because they obviously trapped air. So what I'll show you, what I've been doing is picking them, getting a pin and just pricking them from the other side just to relieve that expansion of air. So obviously in hot weather they're going to expand and it's sealed, so you can get a little dome on there. And in cold weather they'll shrink. So what I've been doing, if I feel them, I actually can't even feel them on the surface. It's absolutely amazing. I can't feel any bubbles there on the surface. That's brilliant. Yeah, so what I've been doing is just using a pin from the other side to prick them, just to release the pressure inside the bubble. Oh, it's so good. Oh man, I can't believe how good this has come out. Nearly shaking with excitement, yeah. Okay, let's try and I need to try and get the skewer underneath the. Oh, there we go. So now I've got underneath the cast bit. Now I can start working the cast bit out. And again, don't do too much in the one place, yeah. You just take it easy, yeah. So if you force it like I did yesterday with the mould, you're going to break it, yeah. So patience. And all that hard work sanding it and getting the mould ready, don't mess it. Another nice thing as well is, I don't know whether you can see here, as it releases, you can actually see where it's releasing as you're going along, so you know which areas you need to work on. Hopefully you can see this moving across as I come underneath the trailing edge. As we come across, you can see it releasing that. And again, don't go too crazy, don't go too much, yeah. It's actually quite cold here in the UK. We had a bit of a tornado come across from the States. Hurricane rather, tornado. So I think I'm shaking because I'm excited, but also it's also very cold, yeah. Okay, so here you can see the ice is releasing so nicely. Normally it doesn't release this easy, yeah, especially on the first mould, the first pull. But this is just, oh, this is awesome. I need to go get underneath there again and work it around. So, shall we get all this on video? So just gently, gently, yeah. Sometimes it's the flashing that's holding it down, so you need to work the flashing loose, yeah. So I don't actually try and break the flashing off, I try and leave as much of the flashing on there. Probably do with the sharpening up my watch my foot a bit more, my specialist tool, aka the you can see how that's releasing, you know, as we go. You can see the dark areas will still hold on, and then these white areas is where it's releasing. Oh, how cool is that? How nicely is that coming apart now? Okay, this is the tricky bit, yeah, where it's, remember we've got that really deep, so smooth, that really deep value in there. So, you know, just, you know, if it gets tight in one area, just move around and work it from another area. Don't just try and systematically force it around. So we know it's going to be hard to get out here because it's quite deep there, and we know it's going to be tricky here. So, you know, whatever you do, don't force it. Yeah. So I'm just going on this edge here now, and I can just poke up a little bit, and then I can actually go underneath see the rib there, with the skewer. It sort of follows a contour because it sounded really thin, and then as we push up underneath there, you can see it releasing. Yeah. And just let it go at its own pace. Don't force it. You know, don't. I say don't force it in the early days because I didn't know how much I could get away with. Yeah, I did end up forcing things and breaking things. So yeah, you don't want to do this bit when you're in a rush. You know, it's just take your time. You know, because it's gonna. We need to try and get underneath that bit a bit to release it. I'm just going to come down here and just try and tease it out this corner. So I'm pushing and just waiting, just letting it, you know, there we go. So pushing a little bit, waiting, just leave it under sort of pressure, yeah, with the skewer, just leave it, and then if you're lucky it'll just pop, yeah. It's just popped a little bit there, so you can see it going up here now. I'm hoping this has all been caught on video. Okay, so I'm going to work down here now. Just take it easy. Remember, this is foam, yeah, and it's very, very thin. I mean, these sections are, I don't know, between 1/2 mm and 3/4 mm thick. So at the moment, we've got it catching over here, we can see it, and we can see it's catching in this area, yeah. I think it's released here, but that's quite a thick piece of foam there, so it's hard to see whether it's released there, but let's have a go from the other side now. Sure you can get that in camera. So, again, I'm going to try and just go under here a bit. So I'm going underneath this rib. Obviously it's stronger underneath that rib as well, so it's a nice bit to go under. And let's try this rib here as well. There we go. See, as it's going, it's actually quite tight there, so I'm not going to force it too much. You can also actually twist the skewer as well, just to put a little bit more tension on it if you feel it can handle it. Come on, you beast. See, it's starting to release up here, so if we can get around this corner, try and work this from the other angle. It's a bit tight here. There we go. You see it's starting to release here. There we go. Let's not go too crazy. Get under the corner. sure this is not sticking because of the flashing. Oh, there we go, it was actually. Can't believe how thin the flashing is on this. It's easily the, you know. Okay, so there we go. It's nice and easy. Nice and easy. Okay, so we go at this from this angle. Be careful here because I've got this, you can see, I don't know, hopefully you can see that. This is where we need to trim it down here, and it goes very thin. It goes very thin on that trailing edge there as well. I just need to be careful I don't break it. Let's see if we can go from the other side. There we go. Just push it underneath there. I'm trying to get underneath this area here. Right? Just, okay, we're in. Okay, so you can see it's releasing further up now. There we go. There we go. Do its thing. Okay. Let's work around this side now, see if we can get a little bit further down. So we're sticking in this area here now. I'm going to leave that for a bit. We'll come and work the servo, where the servo is. Ooh. Is that a break or a release? Sometimes you can actually hear the surface crack, as it were. Where the plastic actually breaks on the surface. It's not actually breaking through the foam. It's actually just the surface skin that's cracked, and that's easy enough to fix. Okay, so I'm just very gently pushing this, trying to get under this bit here. I wonder if it's broken there. Might have a little crack there. I don't know. Let's go from this side. Try and release it a bit more from this side. Yeah. See where the foam mount is there? It's sticking inside there. It's going to be trouble. Okay, let's work up here a bit more. Just keep an eye on how much you flex in the part as well. See, some areas like this are probably not the cleverest of design wise. I think, you know, if I'd been a little bit more brave with the drafting, it wouldn't be so difficult to get areas like this out. It's you know, obviously when I do the next one, when we design the next one, it'll be different. Come on, come on. You know you want to come out. If we can go on the top. Get that one. This is where I also think that perhaps if I put a coat of PVA on there, so if I do get areas like this that are sticky, I could just put in some water, run some hot warm water underneath there, and that would dissolve the PLA. I think I've never tried it. I've just stuff I've read, and that might actually help release it. Okay, a little bit at a time. Okay, let's work up here a bit longer. So I'm just pushing it right into these corners and then twisting the skewer just to see if we can pop it up. Yeah, it's stuck good in that around that servo. I really need to try and get straff on this side, see if we can get a little bit more. Just get in here, see how that does. Ooh, from here we're going. Come on. Oh, it's broken. Okay, so we've got a crack there, it's just appeared. It's repairable if we can get the rest of this out. Come on, you bugger. Come on. Come on. I think I love it is because the wing skin's so thin there. You can see just there where I'm pushing, you know, it all returns to shape, and we could put some CA in there, but it's not where we want to be. Come on, you bugger. Okay, let's work down here a bit more. Right, plan of action, let's get this freed, and then we can worry about that tricky bit up there. Okay, so this is, come on. There we go. Right, we're all the way in there now. Okay, so that's all the way in. That's all the way loose. Loosened. Okay, so that's all loose, which is good. Just got to sort out this area. Now, it's 50-50 whether this is going to be able to save us, but I'd rank my chances of about maybe 30-70 getting this out now. Come on! Okay, you can hold that down there so try and, okay, let's try. Bugger. Bugger. The other thing I could do is actually, as part of the mould, just complicates things a bit, is actually have a piece that removes this side with these really deep. Ooh, is it broken? Yeah, it's cracking there. Come on. Get underneath that bit there. Come on. Oh man. Ooh. It's breaking. That's breaking. I think I was gonna get this out and have a good look and see where it's keying. Might need to do some sanding. Oh, what's this sword go there? Look, it's time to go. We have a winner. It's just time to look. It's time to release there. Oh, we might get this out. Ooh, come on. Come on. Come on. trying. It wants to come out. We could get over the... Again, you know, when you're designing a mould, obviously when I'm designing the next mould, I'll be thinking about things like this. How am I going to get the parts out? How am I going to slide these skewers in? And I did give a lot of thought of where I was going to put my parting planes and stuff. But I didn't actually know I'll be using a skewer, and I didn't know a whole lot of stuff. So, you know, obviously all that learning is going to go back into the next mould. Come on. I'm really pushing hard now. I think it's actually gone into the foam underneath that. Oh, there we go. Using the old twist technique. I'm twisting the skewer. Come on. Let's put another skewer underneath and give it some leverage. Huh? Make like a caveman. Come on. Oh! So it wants to come out. There I was hoping this is going to be a quick 5-minute job, but it ain't. Well, you know, it's the first pull, so considering it's going not too bad, I'll just bug it. Damn. Come on. You want to come out. How far are we going in there? Okay. Yeah, that's right up against there now, isn't it? Oops. Okay, let's put some pressure around it. Gentle pressure. Oh, bugger! Game is lost. Yeah, I might be able to salvage some of this. Oh, look, my skewer's even bust. You never know, do you? I hope you're all feeling my pain. What a bugger, look at that. Yeah, it's repairable. You know, you could repair it, but I won't. So I want it to be beautiful. Oh, what a bugger. Not even drops back to where it should be. I mean, definitely repairable. But I'm always going to know it's there, so it's going to bug me. But I think I can call that a relatively successful pull. It's all in one piece still. Zoom in on that crack so you can see exactly. Right, so it's cracked there. So literally just put some CA in there, some thin CA. Let it go off and sand. Oh, that'll be good. That would be good. The surface is so nice on this one. It's really. I mean, the others are smooth, but this is like constantly smooth. Even with these little air. Oops. Even these little air pockets here. Across the surface, you can just feel them. I expect once I prime the stuff, it'll probably show it in a lot more detail because it's not going to be so hidden. So, you know, when you're looking at it, I mean that's easily 1/2 mil thick, maybe even a little bit less. We're not looking at the. See if you can zoom in on that, just to give you an indication how thin I'm trying to cast this stuff. You can see the crack there. Yeah, hopefully you can see it. Oh. Yeah, I'd say it's about, I don't know, 1/2 mil thick, so it's very, very thin. And that's just to keep the weight down. And even now, I'm 50-50 as to whether this is going to be light enough. It feels really light actually. This one feels really light. Let's have a weigh. Well, so it's still got the flashing and everything on, so maybe something pop on there. See if you can see 10. So still got a lot of flashing on, so ooh, 10.6, 10.7 grams. So that's actually pretty light. Once the flashing comes off, it will be probably nearer 10 grams. And it's a bit, I mean, there's a lot of wing there, you know, it's a big chunky wing, this, the Hunter. So there's actually a lot of form there, and when you see this section, like, it's not like a piece of Dapron that's been shaped, it's actually, you know, it's chunky with the saddles and everything, so, yeah, that's actually pretty good weight-wise, quite happy with the weight-wise. So, okay, so let's have a look at where the problem was. I'm sure part of it is the mould's new, so I'll cast another one today from the same wing. So if we have a look at this is like where the linear server is going to mount. You can see I've been really cocky. I've actually put like routing holes for the wiring to actually run through the wing. So yeah, so you've got areas like this in the mould. Okay, let me try and get a little bit closer. We're on full zoom now, so you can see there's these little bits on the mould which don't really help things. But once I've pulled again, I think what I'm going to do is it's actually quite rough in here, so I might just give this whole area a bit more work and see how we get on. So the other ones have actually pulled not too bad, but looking at it, you can see it's actually not as smooth as it could be. It seems quite rough, you know. And all this is good. This is the one we have to repair with the fitter as well. So, I mean, you can see that was a worthwhile effort. Oh God, you can't see that, can you? Okay, so I mean that was a worthwhile effort. Fix. So yeah, so I'm just going to give this area a bit more sanding, a little bit more love. Maybe wang some more release in there. And see how we get on. It might actually work out. I mean, I've even put the little like little registration dots for where the screws for the linear servers are. You can't actually see them all that well on here, but they're actually there. Just because I want to see how much detail the casting would pick up. Okay, so all in all, no disaster. Pretty successful pull. It's actually quite shiny considering, and that surface is, you know, quite shiny considering the way I apply the release agent by brush. You know, there's no brush marks in there. It's actually pretty decent. Okay then, so next bit of the video is going to be repair the other part, and then we'll cast the other part and see how that goes. So this one actually the worst of the two moulds. You could say one was better or one was worse. The other moulds, you know, is probably the best one I've done today. So we'll see if that pulls any better than this one. Okay, so we'll chat again soon. Cheers.